to you, ladies. My name is Jacksepticeye, and welcome back to Google Feud. It's been a long time. It's been a hot minute. We haven't done this in a really long time. I'm probably still very bad at it, but that's okay. Sometimes it's okay to be bad at something. You don't always have to be fantastic at it. So choose a category. I forget which categories exactly do what, so I'm just going to go with questions. What is the best kind of? What is the best kind of person? That's not there. I really wanted to know the answer to that. I wanted to know who the best kind of person was. Is it me? Is it you? Is it everybody? We're all the best kind of people. What is the best kind of spaghetti? What is the best kind of spaghetti? I don't fucking know, man. What is the best kind of cheese? Well, of course cheese wasn't there because I spelled it shisu. That's not good. What is the best kind of coconut oil? Weed. Of course. I forgot to put down weed. It's always weed. Weed is the first thing to go to. Next round. Okay, questions. Everything tastes like weed. Everything tastes... Okay. Sour. Okay, bitter. Okay. Alright. Okay. Getting some frickin' scoreroos in this one. Everything tastes like copper. Like broken dreams. Everything tastes like my terrible childhood. Everything tastes like Magikarps. Everything tastes sweet, I guess. Everything tastes salty. Haha, there we go. Everything tastes salty. If everything tastes salty to you, it's probably because you're a horrible person and you're really bitter and you're just tasting salt everywhere you go. You know why? It's not because everything else tastes like salt, it's because you taste like salt. It's because everything in your body tastes like salt. Everything around you is salt. The saliva in your mouth, the follicles on your arms, the very air you suck in is turned to salt as it passes through your nasal or oral cavities. Salt. Okay, perfect. Everything tastes... Okay. Think like an internet person. Everything tastes like memes. Everything tastes better. Wow! Oh god, if it said everything tastes better now, maybe. Like metal, I knew that should have been one. Sometimes if you taste metal, apparently it says something about you. Maybe you're gonna have a heart attack and die, I don't know. Everything tastes bad. Everything's better with cat hair in it. I mean, I wouldn't know, I'm allergic. Okay, next round. Questions are fun. Why is my boyfriend so, into COD right now? Why is my boyfriend so sexy? No one's asking why their boyfriend is so sexy. Why is my boyfriend so stupid? Oh, that's sad. Sexy's not in there, but stupid is. You need to find an answer for the stupid, but you don't need to find an answer for the sexy? Why is my boyfriend so sexy is far more unexplainable. Why is my boyfriend so stupid? Many reasons. Mainly, he's a human. And mainly, he's a boyfriend. There, I found two reasons. Why is my boyfriend so salty? Bring it back to the last one. Why is my boyfriend so cute, hot, sexy? Sexy? Come on, no sexy? Why is my boyfriend so jealous? That was a good one. Anything relationships-wise is jealous? Why is my boyfriend so annoying? Maybe because he hangs around with you all the time and you're annoying. I don't know. Who am I insulting right now? Is it safe to travel to... Oh. This is gonna get a bit too real. Do I actually put down, Syria? No, I feel bad. Fuck. Oh, no. I thought that all the answers were gonna be stuff like that. Oh, no. Is it safe to travel to my home planet? Is it safe to travel to America? That's not there either. Is it safe to travel to the fourth dimension? The truth is, no, it's not, because you're a three-dimensional being and you get fucked up in the fourth dimension. Paris, Cuba. Paris? Well, I guess they do get a lot of terrorist attacks over the last few years, which is really sad. But they're like a hub for that recently. Cuba, Egypt, Greece, Cancun. Oh, I guess I'm thinking like terrorists for some reason, or like weapons, or just something about the people there. I didn't even think about like wildlife or weather or diseases. Europe, Dubai, Russia, Puerto Rico, Costa Rica. Whatever, that was a bullshit round. Should I quit this game? Should I quit my job? Well, duh. That was going to be in there. Should I quit it and hit it? I thought it'd be a bit of a role reversal there. Should I quit Scientology? None of them, really. I'm trying to go for jokes more than I actually am trying to figure out the game, so let's move on. Let's go with people. How to build a snowman. Do you wanna build a— No! Do you wanna drink some whiskey? Black out and forget the day. How to build a new dad. Oh, we all learned something today. How to build a bear workshop. Fuck. How to build a table. How to build a computer. Fuck! Damn it! You were right there! You didn't give me the answers! How to build a computer, a house. Why would anybody be Googling how to build a house? If you know how to build a house, you don't have to Google it. And if you have to Google it, that means you're probably not building a house. I'm not gonna Google how to build a house because I'm suddenly gonna be like, you know what, I have a spare bit of cash lying around. I have a good bit of lumber. Let's fucking build a house. I got a small bit of land out the back of my house. Why not? Let's build a second one. See, doghouse maybe. Gaming PC. So disappointed in my gaming PC. Speak up! You piece of shit. How to build a deck. Oh, that's a good one. How to build a resume. You don't build one, you craft one. You create one. You birth it from your mind vagina. Let's go people again. What's it like to be famous? What's it like to be stupid? I mean, I shouldn't have had to ask that one. I know definitely what it's like to be stupid. What's it like to be... I don't know. What's it like to be... popular? What's it like to be a Lions fan? What's it like to be a stripper? I don't know. What's it like to be a stripper? Let's Google. The unedited truth of what it's like to be a stripper. This is from this year, so you know that it's got the references and the resources that are up to date. We all know strip clubs have been around for a long time, and let's face it, sex sells. First of all, it's not easy to get up on that stage. Sure. This industry believe it or not, based on self-confidence. You have to believe it for yourself that you're sexy and flawless. Otherwise, how are you going to sell it to the crowd? That's a very good question. It's a very good question. One I don't know the answer to. Ah, shit. I refreshed the page because I went into names and I didn't want to go into names and now all my score is gone. Okay, let's get into culture. Award for biggest douche. There he is. The biggest douche in the universe. Oh god, I love that scene from South Park. It's so good. Award for writing? Okay, award for... See, this is the thing. There's like the Pulitzer or the Oscar or something. You don't say the award for acting. I'm fucking number one. Of course it is. Alright, there's lots of awards for acting. Oscars, the Grammy, no, not the Grammys, the Emmys. Grammys are music. The Soapies. Joey from Friends almost won one of them. I mean, technically he won one because he stole one. And if you steal something, then it's yours. And if you're at an award show where people win awards and then you go home with an award, technically you've won an award. I mean, how else would you get one? Award for kindness. No, there's no award for kindness. That's just called being a decent human being. Award for thinking out loud. Science? There's no award for science. Award for acting. Excellence. What's an award for excellence? The awards for excellence in recycling and waste management will take place in the 18th... What? So are the awards for excellence just a very broad thing where you just get awards for being excellent at something? Award in excellence for shouting. For swearing, please. Where's my award? Actually, no, I don't want awards. Awards are bullshit. I shouldn't say that outright. Awards in show business are bullshit, I should say. Stuff like a Nobel Prize is a pretty big, legitimate, really big deal. Global warming is fake. A lie. Global warming is real? Oh, why is that not the top result? Oh, I never get this. Is global warming real? Oh, they're perfectly parallel. People are like, I don't believe in global warming. It's not something to believe in. It's not it's not Santa. It's something that's actually happening. There's scientific, mathematical proof of it happening. Shit's going down all the time because of global warming. And people are like, well, it doesn't feel warmer. It's like, that's not what it is! Margaret! Back inside your house and burn your fossil fuels. Global warming is made up by China. No, that's not there. Some people think that. Some very powerful people think that. It's kind of scary. Global warming is unstoppable. No, global warming is a hoax. Global warming is not real. Global warming is a myth. Global warming is bullshit. Oh, why are all the top results? There's one real, and then there's one natural, and there's one caused by. The rest are all talking about how it's fake. That's legitimately concerning and sad. The poor should... Oh no. Oh, I don't want to answer this one. Like jokes immediately came to my head and I'm like, no, I can't make those now. The first joke I thought of was the poor should get more money. Oh, please don't tell me this is... Oh, thank God. The poor should... Oh, thank God. I'm putting them in because I'm like, please don't tell me the internet actually searched this. And I want to get these wrong because I don't actually know what the answers are. The poor should. Oh, no. This is even worse. That was one of the things that came into my head and I was like, no, there's absolutely no way that would be the top one. Or even be in these. The poor should die. The poor should stop being poor. Well, that's kind of what I was going for because I fucking knew the internet would be this stupid. The poor should seize the means of production. The poor should stop whining and eat their babies. The poor should pay more taxes. That makes so much sense. The poor should eat porridge. The poor should receive everything free. The poor should not be allowed to vote. Oh, global warming and the poor. Very close together, and these are the answers we're getting. Oh, I don't want to live on this planet anymore. Humanity was a mistake. Just, can somebody hit the off switch on humans? Yeah? Oh, okay, we're not able to do that. Well, you know what we will do then? We'll set a better example, and we'll be better humans for the people going forward. Because right now, humans fucking suck. For the most part, humans are shit. There's so much crap going on in the world these days that it's just like, why? Why? You go on Reddit, you go on Twitter, you go on something, and there's always new fucking nonsense happening all the time. How about we put more time and effort and concentration into matters that actually are affecting people? Like recently, the hurricanes have been happening. A lot of people are without homes. A lot of people are still even without power. I've had people like tweet at me on their phones saying that they don't even have power anymore back at their house. Which to me is just mind-boggling. Like such basic day-to-day stuff that you take for granted all the time. I have so much electricity going right now just to be able to get this video to you. And I take so much of that for granted. And there's people out there who legitimately don't even have houses anymore because nature decided to be like, hey, this is happening. Probably because of fucking global warming. Though that's a big topic and I'm not educated in all of that, so I probably shouldn't make such broad sweeping statements. But it just tied back into something we had seen before. But just, how about we stop caring so much about which fucking Kardashian showed off nipples in a see-through shirt, and we start focusing on something that actually matters. In fact, this is actually a good time to talk about stuff that's going on. I haven't actually talked about it in a video yet, but we've been selling charity shirts for the hurricane relief, now that I'm actually talking about it. And normally I don't plug merch. Normally I don't plug anything that tries to appear like advertising. But whenever something actually comes up that's for a good cause, I feel like it's worth talking about and speaking up about. Otherwise, what's the point of having all of this following, all of this influence, all of this community, all of us here together, if we're not able to put it in towards something that's positive and good and actually tries to affect the world in some manner. So if you watch the raw data HTC Vive video I did recently, a couple of days ago, depending on when this video is going to go up, I was wearing a gold Jacksepticeye shirt. It had a big giant gold Jacksepticeye on it, and there's ones with small Jacksepticeyes like in this sort of region. This isn't it, this is a coffee cup. That you can get, and any shirt that you buy, proceeds of that will go towards helping the people in the Hurricane Relief Fund. So I feel like that's a really great cause to try and vouch for right now, because a lot of people are in need, and it's something that can have immediate effect as of right now. Something that's actually going on right now in the world as we speak, as I speak, as you listen. So I feel like that's a good cause worth putting effort in towards. So weird, and I know people are weird about this type of stuff whenever you try and plug something in a video. But again, this is going towards charity. This isn't something that's going towards me. I tend not to plug merch whenever it's going towards just myself. But I feel like that this is something worth actually talking about. So you can go there. I leave a link in the description actually to go right to that. Actually, there should be a link in the description of every video to go to the merch store anyway, but those two gold shirts are for the charity relief, just so you're aware. So next round, let's move on. Oh, here's a good one. Star Trek is lame. Bad. Stupid. Oh, I thought stupid would be there. I myself don't like Star Trek. I'm not into it. I love space. I love, like, time travel. I love alien movies. I love sci-fi. But Star Trek just does not do it for me. And I really tried to watch it. But it's just, Star Trek gets kind of bogged down in the politics of things. Or at least, like, some of the stuff that I've been subjected to kind of deals with that. Where I was more of a Star Wars kind of guy, because it dealt with more of just the silly, over-the-top, futuristic-y weapons and all that kind of stuff, and the aliens themselves, instead of like the semantics and the politics of why these things are there. Well, the prequel trilogy got heavily into politics, but you know what I mean. So Star Trek just never hit that for me. The newer ones, I still couldn't really get into them. I mean, they're a cool spectacle and everything, and the CG in them is really good, and they're well made, and there's a lot of actors that I really like that are in those movies, but I just can't do it. And they even like Patrick Stewart's in old Star Trek, and I really love Patrick Stewart, but I can't get into it. I don't think it's bad. I fully understand why people are into Star Trek. I just can't get into it myself. I do like the Starship Enterprise though. That's a pretty cool looking ship. Star Trek is amazing. Is cool. I don't fucking know. Star Trek is fascist. Oh, why did I decide to play Google Feud? I'm in a feud with my brain right now. Star Trek is dead. Star Trek is gay. Of course that's going to be there. Good job, internet. Well done. Well done. What did you... The internet is 13. The last time I described something as gay, being like, oh, that's gay, I was like, between the ages of 13 and 16. Although, weird thing, about 2 months ago, YouTube was acting up. And I was sitting here and Cena was with me, and I was like, oh, that's gay. And I immediately turned around and I was like, whoa. And she was like, wait, what? I was like, whoa, did I really just say that? Like, I was immediately ashamed of myself for saying that. And it was like some sort of remnant from when I was a teenager that just kind of like snuck into my subconscious and decided to blurt itself out. And I was immediately like, okay, that's something to be aware of. Let's not do that again. Oh, man, it was so weird. The fucking strangest shit. It's just amazing what... Because, like, a while ago, of course, everybody at some point has tried to make edgy jokes. Everybody's trying to be an edgelord. And when I was that age as well, like, the word faggot was thrown around a lot too. Which these days, of course, I am wholly against. Especially in some sort of derogatory way. I'm not going to get into word politics right now because that's a big discussion and I am not educated enough in that to be able to talk about it. But it's one of those things that's like, man, I really did talk like that at one point. That's bizarre. And what bothers me is that these days, if you don't say that stuff and you're vying against saying that stuff, if you're being like, no, don't say those things, that's horrible. You're labeled as a social justice warrior. And that's deemed to be bad for some reason. That being a social justice warrior. And I know some people take it to the extremes and they want to be offended about everything all the time. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about people who just want to make things right, who just want to be decent people, who just want to do right by people and not offend. Not offending people is not a bad trait to have. It's not censorship, it's just trying to do the right thing. It's just trying to be a decent human being. And I myself try and just be nice to people, to be generally good to people. And if people want to label me as a social justice warrior, or label me as some sort of like censored fucking, I don't know, whatever words they're going to use, then whatever, man. The way I see it is that I'm just trying to be a decent human being towards other human beings. I'm just trying to do right by people. And I don't know, Matt, what is this episode? Why is this turning into this? Let's get back to douchery. Should I start vaping? Oh, that's not there. Come on. There's a store in Brighton called Vape Cartel. And it's the coolest store ever. I'm not into vape culture. But the fact that there's a store called Vape Cartel is the coolest thing ever. Should I start yoga? Should I start finishing my sandwiches? Really? Not there. Should I start Todd Gurley? Ty Montgomery? Cam Newton? What? Taylor Gabriel, Spencer Ware, Devontae Adams, Russell Wilson. I don't know what's happening. Should I start Todd Gurley? What's Todd Gurley? Oh, makes way more sense now. I thought Todd Gurley was some sort of like spiritual awakening type of like regime that you could do. Oh, it's fantasy football. I assume all these names are fantasy football. Ty Montgomery. I think I've heard, yeah. Okay. Makes way more sense. Of course I wasn't going to get them. First off, I don't know anything about football, especially American football. And secondly, I have fucking no idea about fantasy football, but I guess they kind of go hand in hand. Okay, last one we're going to do. Let's do people. Oh, I cheated on my girlfriend with anime. Oh, I really wished it was there. That would have been way too real. I cheated on my girlfriend with another woman? What? I want to try and like actually get an answer. I cheated on my girlfriend with video games? Her mom. Oh shit. Oh shit. Cheated on my girlfriend with her mom? Dude! No! The fuck is wrong with you? God, okay. Oh, her best friend. That's gonna be there, isn't it? Oh! Wait. to be equal. Oh. Cheated on my girlfriend with, prostitute. I should have thought about that. Her sister. I was trying to work my way through the family members. Cheated on my girlfriend with my ex. Shit, that should have been obvious as well. Damn it. Need to think like a cheater. Cheated on my girlfriend with a guy. I thought about that, but I didn't know how to phrase it to get the wording right. Because if I said another guy or something like that, then... Because I said another girl. Her sister, my friend, a prostitute, her cousin, a co-worker, my cousin. Oh, that's the weird one. That's the weird one right there. Oh, no thanks. That's enough Google Feud for me. Hey, well, that does it for this episode. We laughed, we learned, we ranted. This is a weird episode. I don't know why. Just certain things were brought up and then my mind went places. I have a lot of thoughts going on in my head at any one time. And I can't focus them down. I can't focus my thoughts into like a funnel to get them all out and to process them to do good things. But it's just, there's a lot going on all at once. Some of it good, some of it bad, some of it all over the place. I don't know. I'm sure you have it. Everybody has it. It's to be human. Fucking brain, shut up for a change, would you? Thank you guys so much for watching this episode. If you liked it, punch that like button in the face like a boss. And high face all around. Whoosh, whoosh. Well, thank you guys, and I will see all you dudes in the next video. I slammed too hard, man. Come on and slam!